The encounter between Alex Pretti and the Customs and Border Patrol agents will be the most polarizing topic I've addressed on my channel. Politically, morally, also polarizing amongst the two-way community. I want to give my response from the perspective of a firearms instructor. I want to give my response from this perspective because as a concealed weapons carrier as well as an instructor, there were many things that should have been done differently. I remember vividly when I took my class for the concealed carry permit and when I took my courses to become a USCCA instructor. The most important rule or goal from my trainer who trained me to carry for myself, as well as my trainer for my USCCA certification. I want to give a shout out to PT from Strong Arm Tactical. What up, PT? The most important thing is conflict avoidance. When I teach my classes, you can pretty much start and end with conflict avoidance. And what I mean by conflict avoidance is when I started carrying a firearm every day, I changed my life. And what I mean when I say I changed my life is I changed the way I move around. Certain areas that I used to go, I may not go anymore. Certain gas stations at certain times of the day or night may not be the best thing to do. It's one thing to purchase a firearm, but there's another thing when it comes to going through the steps that it takes to become a concealed carrier. It varies by state to get your concealed carry permit. I think it's between 32, 36 states that have constitutional carry now. And constitutional carry, for those who may not know, just means that you don't need any permit or anything to carry a firearm concealed. In Minnesota, there is an application process, and the applicant must complete training that does include live fire exercises. And I say that to say the requirements that we have to go through to get a concealed carry permit, you would think that we would be and we should be a little more responsible when we are carrying our firearms. We were willing to do a little bit more than the person who just wanted to buy a firearm. We went through further steps to be able to carry our firearm concealed legally. I can only wonder what his firearms instructor is thinking. You know, I'm a part of a huge gun community that goes across the entire country. I speak to other instructors, and I mean, it's something that we don't even say to each other, like conflict avoidance being something that we teach or something that we instill in our classes as well as in our students. Conflict avoidance is something that everybody keys on. I don't understand how someone can go towards confrontation while being armed, whether it's with police officers, agents, or civilians. You should not be walking towards conflict. You should not have in your mind any conflict. Every day when I wake up, I think of every move that I may make and then rethink that move when I'm about to make it. The responsibility is on us. Like in the movie Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Like I said, when I first started to carry a firearm, it changed the way I moved. As I started to use the firearm, train with the firearm, and become more proficient with the firearm, it gave me a different level of respect. It makes me move in a way where I never want to have to use my firearm to defend myself at any time. Also, before I go out, I pray that I never have to use this to defend myself. With the level of training, the steps, the fees, the time it takes to get a concealed carry license, you would think we would move differently. And I don't want to in any way make this video like I'm trying to take sides on either side, either way. I don't want to take sides. I just really want to say, as an instructor myself, who teaches multiple people of all ages, of all races, of all backgrounds. When you are the person with the gun, you really have to be passive. There is no passive aggressiveness. You just have to be passive. The laws vary by state. Some states are stand your ground states. In the state of Virginia, there is no duty to retreat, but it's not a stand your ground state, which is why the best thing we can do as firearm owners and firearm carriers is to think. Be thoughtful on your movements to avoid any conflict that could potentially cause you to use your firearm. Now, anything can happen anywhere at any time, but most of us as adults have had certain experiences already in life where we know some areas have more variables that can lead to a conflict. The firearm that was said to be had by Alex Pretti, the Sig Sauer P320, I've heard stories of it may have discharged. I'm not going to get into that. You know how I feel about that. This is a gun I carried for many years. In all my years of carrying a firearm, there was only once where I felt nervous. And I mean nervous as far as I may have to do something I don't want to do. Only once. Outside of that one time, there has not even been anything close. Nothing ever. Honestly, that one time, it was when I first started carrying. I probably was carrying my Taurus G2C. That was the first gun I carried. This Alex Pretti situation has caused divides amongst the 2A community. You have people that feel different ways, feels that because he had his firearm legally, he should have been totally fine. But again, I just can't help but overlook conflict avoidance. Just gonna leave it there. When you carry a firearm, you have to be responsible, which is why I end all my videos with that. That's what it is, y'all. Until next time, Mega Guns, think Mega TV, think greater than, and above all, be responsible.